Hey there, everybody. Welcome to this reading. I actually don't know what this reading is about because we're going to ask the universe what this reading is about. I'm asking for the highest and best for whoever is watching this. Obviously, if you're watching this, I'm going to put whatever it is in the title. So you probably are here watching this because of the title. And, obviously you know what it's about, but I don't yet. So we're just going to see what this reading is about, highest and best for anyone who's watching it. And I'm going to call these like intuitive advice readings or something. But basically, I wanted to come up with a reading that was more kind of like a collective, but more specific, if that makes sense. So let me know what you think down below these readings. We have the Eight of Swords, the Magician, and the Wheel of Fortune as well. I feel like this is for anyone who feels like they are on a hamster wheel, anyone who is kind of like stuck in their head, anyone who just feels like they're living Groundhog's Day and is just hoping to break free is what I feel here. So if you are hoping to break free, then this is for you. But we're going to use these three cards as our kind of basis for the reading. I'm gonna look in this I'm just coming at this intuitively. So Eight of Swords, I'm gonna look at where you are stuck at this time, or maybe what is keeping you stuck. Obviously, with the Eight of Swords, we can be emotionally stuck because she is standing in a very shallow pool of water on the Eight of Swords. So I do feel some of you could be more like emotionally stuck with this energy here. I feel like some of you are hoping for communication or looking for specific answers in a situation, especially with that Judgment card. Judgment, we can kind of be hoping that there is a specific answer. If something is holding you back in life, basically, if you feel like you're on this hamster wheel, if you're trying to take control of your destiny, the Judgment card can sometimes be like we're hoping for something to, smack us in the head, basically. Again, you start off with this Eight of Swords. I feel like some of you are more like emotionally stuck in this first row. It actually looks pretty good because you have this Queen of Swords here, which is like sudden clarity. She is the first court swords card that is, the clouds are only kind of like up to her shoulders. So she is the first one that is kind of like gaining some clarity on her situation. For a lot of you, I can't help but feel that this is about love. So some of you could be in a confusing situation in love where you feel like you're just, I get this sense of just spinning basically here. Again, I'm not criticizing you or calling you out if you're watching this reading, but I do feel that you are kind of maybe currently on the outside of this wheel. When we're on the outside of the wheel, we're just spinning. We're just kind of like, out of control, basically. You kind of want to be on the inside of the wheel, on the Wheel of Fortune, because then you stay upright. Things always change around you when you're on the inside of the wheel, but it's like you're more in control of your destiny with the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Five of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Knight of Wands here. I feel that this reading, again, is for those of you who feel stuck, who are on a hamster wheel. And I also feel this is like a very inconsistent energy. I get a very back and forth energy here as well, especially with the Five of Wands. This is, I feel like this reading, if you are watching and if you are going to resonate with this, you could be in a kind of like a more indecisive energy. So I'm getting indecision here, especially with both of these cards together. I mean, to me, this is, Knight of Wands, Five of Wands is being very indecisive, hoping that an answer just, comes from the heavens, basically, hoping that you receive an answer or guidance from God, hoping, that something just magically happens, basically. And again, I'm not criticizing you at all, but again, I do feel this reading is really saying that your best advice is to kind of take control of your destiny and make things happen. It's very empowering. I mean, this should be exciting to you if you're resonating with this, because again, I feel like you are going to be taking back control. I feel like you will be stepping into a more empowered space in the near future if you do this. But right now, I feel very indecisive energy here. I feel like for some of you, there's too much future focus as well. I'm just getting this intuitively in this first row. I feel like there's too much future focus going on here with the Queen of Swords for whatever reason. Doesn't really represent, she is looking in this direction. She is facing towards the future. And so, I guess that kind of makes sense. But I feel like this reading is kind of like saying you can't know the answers of the future. You can't really know exactly what is going to happen, like in your love life. You can't exactly know what is going to happen in your financial life, or whatever the case may be. So I get this more kind of, but I do get like a little bit of a panicking energy as well. I feel a little bit more like panicky is the best way. I don't think that's a word, but I feel that's how I feel here with this Queen of Swords energy. So I do feel that there is a need to kind of like slow things down a little bit. The Five of Wands is an energy of immaturity, and it kind of says that maybe a situation that you're worried about just hasn't developed yet. It's not immature and like, it's, oh, you're immature. It's immature as in it just, something hasn't developed 100%. So I feel for those of you that are feeling anxiety about a situation, or feel like you're on this hamster wheel, it's like things haven't fully developed yet, but I do feel that you are in a place where things are actually developing. Things are moving forward. We do see a lot of movement here. Might be a little slow, but there's movement. And I also feel Knight of Cups is kind of an answer as to how you can speed things up, which we're going to talk about, of course, in just a minute. Even the Magician is pointing right towards the Knight of Cups. I really feel the Knight of Cups is more kind of like your answer or your solution here. So again, for most of you, if you're resonating with this, I feel like it's a hamster wheel in a love situation. Maybe you're in a situationship or you're going back and forth. For others, it could be something else as well. Like if you're building a business or a job, it's like, I just feel like it hasn't developed yet. I almost see it as a baby in my head. It's like it doesn't have arms and legs yet. And I feel this reading is kind of saying that you are going, like, to take control of your destiny. You need to allow something to develop arms and legs. You need to allow it to take off. For some of you, it's like maybe you have never been in a relationship that has developed arms and legs. Maybe it always gets to a certain point, but it doesn't develop further. So that's like the feeling I get here, and that's who I feel like this reading is for. Next, you have the Magician here. So I feel for a lot of you that there is a new beginning coming in for you here. I also feel like the Magician is reminding you that there are other tools at your disposal that you should be using to kind of take control of your destiny. Maybe currently at this time you're only using one tool. Maybe you're only using your Pentacles. Maybe you're only looking at things logically with the Swords. Maybe you're only being creative when there are other things that you could be doing. So this kind of reminds you to take control of your destiny by making sure that you're using your tools. He's pointing towards the Knight of Cups here. I feel a lot of things on the Knight of Cups, so we'll talk about that in a minute. You have the King of Wands, the Judgment card, and the Nine of Cups as well. The King of Wands is kind of like asking you, I feel, to take a risk. I feel like he's asking you to be bold, to be assertive, to really go for what you want here. For some of you, I do get this energy. It's almost like over here, I get this like more punishing energy where it's like you're holding yourself back from something, or you could be preventing yourself from having something you truly want. I feel that for some of you with the Judgment card, that again, you're kind of like hoping that an answer just appears. I've been there. I totally get it. Like I said, these readings are not meant to criticize you or anything like that, but I do feel like some of you are like hoping that there's an answer, hoping that you do receive an answer from, God, the universe, whatever, on a direction to take or what to do to get off the hamster wheel, to end the madness, right? And you have the Nine of Cups here, which is a wish or wish fulfillment coming in for you. I like the Nine of Cups, but I feel like there's better. And I kind of intuitively feel that this is an understanding that you have in your own life that things can be better. I feel like you're kind of like waking up to it. In a lot of ways, I'm kind of seeing this as like a crack. I kind of see like a glowing crack in a wall in my head here with the Nine of Cups. So I do feel this is almost like a little bit of hope, that's coming in for you, where it's like you are seeing that things are better. You are seeing that things could be better in your life and that you could easily get off this, kind of cycle that you could be on. So you have the Wheel of Fortune here at the end. Again, I feel like this is talking about a cycle that you're experiencing or something that you've been reliving for a while. And again, I kind of can't help but feel that you've been on the outside of the wheel. It's like you're just spinning in place, or maybe you feel like you can't escape something here with the Wheel of Fortune. And I do feel it's asking you to step into the middle of the wheel. You have the Knight of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles here. The King of Cups basically says, one of my favorite quotes of all time, John Taffer, if you're doing the same thing today that you did yesterday, you're stuck. King of Pentacles just says, do something different. Try something different. Just try anything, right? And it's like, is the first thing going to work? No. Is the second thing? Maybe not. Is it going to take you 10 different things to try? Maybe. But again, that's a hell of a lot better than making no progress at all, right? So I feel for a lot of you, the King of Pentacles is a card of convention. It's a card of doing things the way they have always been done. And I keep telling people, I've been saying, I said it at the beginning of this year, kind of like this, the thing that popped into my head at the beginning of the year is everything you want is on the other side of something you've never done before. Like I did a meditation at the beginning of the year for the yearly readings, and I was talking about this, how, to me, it's like if you want to be very successful, not only this year, but, over the next decade, probably, I would be doing things you've never done before. The Knight of Cups here, again, I feel like this is the most important card here. I kind of feel like it is your answer. He is afraid to cross this river. And he's looking into that cup. He is imagining what his future life might look like. He's imagining something he dreams of, but it's just like a fantasy. I feel that there is a very strong need for you to either, I feel there is a need for action in this reading. It's like I almost feel that if you're resonating with this reading, it's like you have a fantasy, you have something that you desire to have in your life. For a lot of you, I feel like it could be love, but it's like not real. It's not real yet. I feel like you need to kind of bring it down to earth and take action. Knight of Pentacles reminds us that, one foot in front of the other is better than nothing. And I really do. Knight of Pentacles is my card of kind of making those like 1% improvements every single day. So I feel like if you can just make a 1% improvement every single day, I feel like not even in a year, I feel like in a week, you are going to be shocked at just like the difference that you make and how much progress you're going to make as well moving forward. Because again, right now I feel like you're just kind of spinning in place, and maybe you have been spinning in place for a long time. I feel, again, I can't get over the indecision in the first row, going back and forth on your decisions, being afraid to make the right or the wrong decision as well. And again, as a Pisces, I'm a Pisces, and I don't know what sign you are, but I totally understand the feeling of like not being able to make a choice. But what's funny? It's like a few years ago, I just started making choices, not worrying about it, and that was when I really made some progress, basically. But let's see what's going on here. We're just gonna clarify through. With the 5 Wands and the King Wands, you have the 4 of Wands. Again, like I said at the beginning, I feel like for some of you, this is about love. For some of you, I'm wondering if you're like thinking about leaving one situation, going to another. With the 4 Wands, marriage, right? There could be conflict in the situation. For others, I feel like you're just hoping for a celebration. It's funny because, again, 4 Wands to me, it kind of looks like a pause symbol. It's like a pause symbol on a TV or something like that. It's the two lines here and 2 lines here. So I do feel like some of you have been on pause, and it's like you see the celebration on the other side. Like I said, I feel here with the Knight of Cups, it's like you see something that you want. You see something that could be better. With the Queen of Swords and the Judgment card, you have the Magician again. So there's definitely a new beginning coming in for you. He is pointing towards the King of Pentacles. So again, doing things the same way over and over and over again, needing to do things differently. With the Knight of Wands and the 9 of Cups, you have the Knight of Cups. I do feel that for some of you, it's like there's love coming in. So if you're trying to break this cycle of love, right, then where maybe it's like you get into these relationships that don't develop to a certain point, it's like you're hoping for a knight in shining armor. I do feel like there's a knight in shining armor coming in for you. Your answer in that situation is the Magician. The Magician just says that maybe the reason you are in this cycle of love is because you approach love in the same way. The Magician says there are other tools at your disposal. It just says approach love in a different way. Maybe you always meet people at a bar. Maybe it's time to meet someone at a library or a gym or somewhere else, right? I kind of feel that difference, and that's what I would say here with the Magician. It's like saying it's time to do things differently. Same thing if you're stuck in your business. Again, this reading is for those of you that are stuck, right? Or who feel stuck, especially mentally, and just are out of ideas. I feel like that's who this reading is for, kind of like at the end of the rope, so to speak. The Magician just says, again, that there are other tools at your disposal that you should be using, so use those tools. For those of you in work or business that are trying to grow with that Magician, I literally feel there could literally be a tool. Like it could be, an internet tool, like a software or something like that grows your business or helps you in your career. It could be something else as well. A tool could be something like maybe you're not so great at negotiating. Maybe you're not good at selling or something. And that's popping into my head as well. So in like work or business, I feel like those would help you. The other thing that, you need to think about the Magician is that, again, for all of you, here's the thing with the Magician. is the Magician can also represent complementary skills. He has mastery over all the suits. So he says that if you do learn something in your business, like sales, it won't only help you in your business. It's like we are constantly selling. We are always selling something to somebody, right? We could be selling an idea. We could be selling love. We could be selling whatever. And so, the Magician kind of says, like, not only will it help you in business, but it will help you in other areas of your life as well. For some of you, I am getting something about kind of that, that, I don't know what you call that. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words, as usual. But I feel like you're kind of looking at the synergies between ideas and like how they can help you in other areas of your life. With the King of Wands here and the Knight of Cups, you have the King of Swords. For some of you, I feel deep down inside, King of Swords is a card of wisdom. For some of you, this is clearly a divorce. For some of you, you're interested in another person here. Somebody watching this is interested in another person, someone you see as a knight in shining armor. Getting to that person is a problem here, or there is some sort of blockage. I'm wondering if this is like long distance for some of you, or some of you could be married and you're like interested in someone who is your true love here, but it's like you're preventing it here. I feel like you know the answer. It's like you need to move towards this person. I don't know. That's for one of you out there. With the Judgment card and the King of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Wands. Again, funny that this comes up. I just did another one of these readings. Nine of Wands showed up. Nine of Wands is the answer of 2021. I mean, Nine of Wands is my card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. So like I said, your answer to the King of Pentacles, things always being the same, is to experiment, to try new things. With the Nine of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles here, you have the Hangman. I feel some of you have been delayed. The Hangman is hanging from the Tree of Wisdom, or the Tree of Knowledge, and so, it can represent he is getting a lot of knowledge and wisdom here. He is also, like, his hands and his feet are bound on the tree, but he needs to move forward anyway. So it can kind of represent moving forward with a lack of answers. It can also represent some sort of sacrifice. So that makes perfect sense to me that some of you could be sacrificing something, especially here, because again, I feel like some of you, I keep getting this thing about divorce. Some of you could literally be a divorce. For others, you could be just divorcing yourself from a situation. You could be quitting one job, going to another. But again, I feel like that sacrifice will help you move forward with the Hangman. It's kind of funny because just in the readings in general, I've been getting this energy quite a bit recently, like over the last month or so. And these are timeless readings, these ones that I'm doing now. But so if you're watching this in the future, basically all the readings from August of 2021 there's been something about like making a sacrifice, letting one thing go to have something better. But it feels a little wobbly. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I think the sacrifice could be a little bit scary. It's like you might have a business and then you want to start another business, but you're gonna have to sacrifice this one that's making you money right now. So it's like the in-between time is a little bit scary. And I feel that for some of you for sure. I feel like once you let go, you're gonna feel so good. That's really the feeling I get. It's almost like you're holding on to something over here that's dead, but it's like you just can't quite reach something over here that's full of life. That's gonna be very successful for you. Top row outcome, you have the Queen of Swords. Again, looking into the future. Again, I would be very careful of too much future thinking. I feel like but I do feel there is clarity and answers coming in for you, I will say. Middle row here, you have the Lovers. I feel like again, if this is about love, I feel like you know who you need to, kind of move towards. Lovers is like picking new love. So some of you could just be choosing new love with the Lovers for sure. I feel like there's an element of divine guidance here as well in your reading. So some of you, I feel, are kind of being divinely guided towards a person. If you're wondering what to do, again, if you're hoping for answers with the Judgment, I feel that the Lovers is more just saying, pick the new path. I mean, it's like saying you don't need the universe to tell you what to do because you already know what to do. King of Swords. And bottom row outcome, you have the Six of Wands. You will be victorious in this situation. So definitely a victory coming in for you here. So I like this for you. Again, if you're trying to get out of your head, number one, I would just start experimenting with the Nine of Wands. Number two, Knight of Pentacles. I would just take steps to move forward. There really is no good answer. I feel like there is an element of, for some of you, of like needing to just push yourself a little bit, even if it's only this much. I feel like even if it's only this much, then that's progress. It doesn't matter. It's like this much every single day gets bigger and bigger and bigger until you make a lot of progress, right? So, I would say be kind to yourself and do what you can. If you're stuck in your head, I get this major stuck in your head energy over here, like I said. And if you're always worrying about things, I feel like if you could just worry for like 1 second less every single day, then by, the end of, a couple months, you're not going to be worrying at all. And that's what I would do here. I feel this strong energy in this reading of really kind of, like I said at the beginning, take not only getting off a hamster wheel, not only ending a never-ending cycle, but and not only getting unstuck, but I also feel this energy of really taking control of your destiny. And that's what I feel like this reading is really saying, is like you are taking control of your destiny, kind of like one step at a time here. Again, I feel like the only other important advice is to use all your tools with the Emperor. I mean, with the Emperor, the Magician. Looks really good. So I like it. So thank you for watching, and definitely let me know what you think of these types of readings down below. Let me know if you enjoy them, love them, hate them, could care less, whatever. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.